Happy Monday, everybody. Daniel Allison, the average dude. Good morning. Hello. How are you, Freddie Blanton?
Good morning, Daniel, the average dude. Allison, I hope you are having a marvelous Monday.
Oh my goodness. I'm never ever going to be able to have a co-host that is like Freddie Blanton. Freddie Blanton is on a level in a league. He's got a cup and it's green and I bet it has something good in it. What's in that cup, Freddie?
Green?
Yeah, is that green? Is it
Oh,
clear?
this right here. This is a
Yeah.
water bottle. Yeah,
Okay. Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, you use that for the workouts, I bet.
I
I
use
thought you
that
might
for
have had a
water.
protein drink.
I use this for coffee.
Mmm, coffee's good.
You know what I gotta say?
What?
Thank God it's Monday.
Let's go. Oh man. And I've got to tell the truth. We talk about handling the truth, and here it comes, the first truthful statement. That was not my first sip of coffee.
Good job.
Now let me say this. It,
Accountability is key.
I know you're an official and you love to look at people and find out when they're not doing it right. And I went downstairs and I had a cup of coffee, and as I was coming up the stairs, I took a tiny sip. Okay. I said, oh, I took the first sip. I shouldn't have done that. Then I got up here and then you saw me. I went to take another one, but I didn't take that sip, but I told the truth, and that's why is important. And I like being. Now I hear myself. Don't touch that. Paul Pappy likes to hear himself sometimes. He goes back and reads his own comments because they're so good. The goodest mornings to you all. Great to have Paul Papp on the bus. There's Aaron Jacobitz. How were the waffle fries, Freddie Blanton? I know you took him
They were
up on
good.
that.
You know,
Were they?
last week, as you brought up food again, like you always do, AJ mentioned something about some QT waffle fries. So Saturday, I just happened to find myself at QT with a
Yeah.
little rumble in the belly. So I
A little.
tried the waffle fries, and they were fantastic. I will.
Oh
They're
yeah.
they're probably designed
Mm-hmm.
to make you addicted to the taste.
Really.
Yeah.
Now, is that the only thing that you would get when you go in there? Is the fries? Do they have anything else besides the fries that's good?
At QT.
Yeah.
So from QT, I've had pizza, chicken tenders, apple pie, taquitos, of course, the fries, hot dog,
What the?
brat.
Whoa! What?
I think that's it.
I didn't realize that people went grocery shopping at QT. That's
That
a
is
lot of.
that is called a working man's lunch, Daniel.
I
Which
got you.
now I know why you seem so shocked because it's a working man's lunch.
I got it. I got it. It's a on the go. I need something quick, and I'm popping in, and I'm good to go. Hey, you know who else likes to talk about food and bringing his food to work? It's Gary Lou from Dallas. From Dallas. Why do I always say Dallas? He's from Texas, and I can't remember exactly where he's from, but great to have Gary on the bus. There's
You were a fan of the
George.
show.
Yeah, George is a good person that comes on here live sometimes, and we're always glad when he makes it live. I wonder how he's doing with his goal, George. I know he said he had a goal earlier in the year. I wonder how he's doing with that. There's Joe. Good morning, Joe. See what? Most people do not want to know the truth because it makes them accountable. What you think about that, Fred? Joe
Oh,
says,
yeah.
when we know the truth, we have responsibility. They say ignorance is bliss, but when we find out, now we got to do something about it. Only thing better than hearing Daniel once is hearing Daniel twice at a time. Oh yeah, yeah, that's what we all want. If we could
Yeah.
only hear my voice more often, right, Fred?
That's something his mom never said.
Or my teachers. The spicy cheese taquitos are all I've ever had, and they are delicious, but so bad for you. Oh yeah, those
Yeah,
are
yeah,
good.
we're not talking about healthy food.
No. Let's see what Joe says. We have to, with LinkedIn, we have to reload the site each day. Not sure if others have the same issue. Well, that's frustrating. We do have some technical things that come up from time to time, and I think the tech stuff gets in the way because we've got good things to talk about. Things like this. Check your load. When I say check your load, when I say check your load, Freddie Blanton, what comes to mind with you?
You know, uh, with me, it immediately goes if I was hauling a machine
Thank you. Thank you.
and I wanted to make sure that you got 4 chains, 4 binders, DOT approved. Let's check it, make sure it's safe, make sure we're ready to roll.
Absolutely. We've got to check our load. I remember one time, we've talked about this before, but hooking up, is my microphone making a noise or something?
No.
Okay, good. I remember one time I was hauling a trailer. This was when I worked at Palmetto Grading and Drainage, and I didn't check the trailer, but someone had put one of those pavement sweepers on the back of my truck. I had never hauled one of those. They had it hooked up, and I got in the truck. I pulled off to go meet these other guys. As I'm going down Interstate 85, I look in my left hand lane and it looks like somebody's starting to pass me. And I'm like, man, that guy's close. It was the pavement sweeper. He, the pavement sweeper had literally, it was basically just sitting on it. It hadn't been locked down properly. And I didn't know how to lock it down. I was relying on the other folks. And that kind of is my point in this story. But it goes around to the other side and then it comes back. The truck does this number, right? I mean, I'm on 85.
Ooh.
And fortunately I'm right there at the exit. I get off and that was a scary thing, So I remember Todd that I worked with, the first thing he was like, you're lucky that you didn't flip. Like that, like 9 times out of 10, you are rolling this truck.
Yeah.
And that scared me to death. And it made me think I was depending on what other folks had said that was in that load. I was pulling someone else's load. You with me?
Anytime you pull a trailer, load it and unload it yourself, strap it down yourself.
That's right. Because if we don't, and so of course I love the idea of metaphors. I think they go in a lot of different directions. But as I was thinking about hauling things, about moving, about checking to make sure that we've got all the stuff, I started thinking about a tractor pull. And if you've ever been to a tractor pull, the way that it works, the weight works its way up the sled. So the farther you go, the heavier it gets. And a lot of times in life, and I've got a lot of things here, and I'm not going to bore us with all of it, but life is, we're pulling the past, right? Life is us pulling the past. And so what's been going through my head this weekend is, what are you pulling, right? What is in that sled that you're pulling? Are you trapped in the past? Are you pulling? I know back in 11/11, 2014, Freddie, when I started my personal development journey, regret, guilt, and shame, right? I'm pulling the past. So I've been thinking about how to reframe that, but I want to stop talking and give you a chance to say anything that jumps into your head at that point. Do you follow? Yeah.
So I know Mondays you're always ready to get after it. So I'm trying to follow the progression here. So we started out with check your load.
Yeah.
And right now we're at what are you pulling?
That's right. Check your load, because your load is what's behind you, right?
Okay.
Your load is what you're carrying into this week. I saw that JK said, huge inbound week. Good morning, everybody. And so if he's thinking about last week, if he's thinking about things that really are not important to him, he's going to be putting horsepower towards things that really aren't his main load, right? That's not what he really needs to be putting all of his energy towards.
Now, why do you have to keep pulling it?
That's just it. Yeah, that's where I want to go next. The shift of perspective. And
So after we get over the regret, the guilt, and the shame.
Yeah, so let's go back. We think about the mistakes that we've made. We say, "Oh man, so here I am. I'm 40 years old. Man, I should have done this. I should have done that. I messed this up. I made this mistake." You know, I'm pulling my past. And the flip of perspective is, well, wait a minute. You know, the number one game of life, we talked about the different games in life last week, but the number one game of life is survival. And so I said, well, maybe if we can let go of the past and make sure that whatever load that we're carrying today is exactly what we want to carry with us. But that's really, it's just a metaphor to kind of think about what's actually happening. And that expectations of what we think others should be, you know, worry, guilt, there's a lot that can be in that thing that we're pulling. It's extra energy that we're spending that maybe we don't have to be spending. So I think what I really wanted to talk about today was getting clarity to make sure we let go of the things that we don't need to be pulling.
Yeah. So what's the banner after regret, guilt, and shame?
What's that now?
The banner after regret, guilt, and shame.
Expectations. So a lot of times we have expectations. Everybody, I've got to, every time I do a show or every time I post on LinkedIn, it needs to be good. Everybody needs to like it. It needs to meet certain standards. And if it doesn't, then, oh, I failed, or I need to make sure everybody's happy. How illogical of an expectation is that? But I'm pulling that. I'm spending energy.
That's bad. And all that does is create a heavy load.
A heavy load. I'm sitting there second guessing myself. You know, all of these things, it's in the past, but you know how timelines, you know, I'm still thinking about the tractor pull. We've got this weight, we get older, it gets heavier, we're getting more tired. What if we said, hey, forget about the tractor pull. Let's think about the timeline going up, right? Hey, the older you are, the higher you can see, the more perspective you have. And you like that? Hello out there. Where
I see you.
But it's a perspective flip. And sometimes just that visualization of, hey, you know, I'm winning. I'm still alive. I'm healthy. I know who I am and what I want to do today, what I want to accomplish. Now we have clarity. Focused on the future, JK says. Yeah, Freddie said, Freddie is barely keeping it together. Yeah, I was worried about Freddie today. We could not have been in the same class. Let's see what Joe says here. Live in the now and not in the past. We only control how we respond to the now and learn from and let go of the past. Get rid of that old load. Absolutely. Absolutely. Freddie Blanton, I want you to. Hey, there's a lot of great comments here. There's Matt Venuto. Great to see Matt. Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex is correct. So I was correct.
Way to go, Danny.
Yeah, George lost 30 pounds. What you think about
30 pounds. Man, that is a big deal.
That is a big deal. And hey, great comment. Oh, wait, I know I got one more, Julie. How do you confront people when they're not being honest? Do you let it go and let God, or is confronting always a required step to conflict? Oh man, I want to answer that.
I think you have to let them know that you know.
Yeah. You know, When we run into trouble, when we start losing energy, is when we need to prove our point, and we expect them to respond in a certain kind of way, right? If you need to let them know, don't anticipate letting them say, "Oh, I see the light, and you are right, and I am a bad person for being dishonest." Generally speaking, you shine the light on that, and they're going to find a way to make it go away. So my thought on that is how much energy is going in and how much energy is coming out, and why am I feeling the need to correct them? At the end of the day, is it for me or is it for the greater good? That's all. That's what I wanted to say on that.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
And it could be for both.
It could be for both, but this is why we really want to check what we're carrying into the day and what we're carrying out of the day. I'm not going to say it the same way ever again, but I can't face Freddie Blanton and know him as well as I do. Freddie, final thought on this Monday. Thank you for this energy. Thank you for all these great bus riders. We're going to have a fantastic week. We've got a big week. We got cool things coming. Freddie Blanton.
You know what we should not do is drag around something that weighs us down, that is absolutely useless. The past is the past.
Yeah.
You've already been forgiven by the Creator. Why are you worried about what anybody else thinks?
You are free in this moment. It does not matter. The most important moment is right now. The most important thing is your energy. The greatest indicator of your future success is your energy state today, right now. Right? So,
Yeah.
Hey, had a great time this morning. My mind is right. We will see you tomorrow. Freddie, you got a trailer back there? You checking your load?
I was checking my load.
I love it.
Everything looks good.
Hey, if a pavement sweeper comes up on your left side window, you know it's a bad thing. We'll see you tomorrow.
I'll go faster.
That's right. That's right.